Dordogne is a game I've been wanting to check out ever since it was revealed in a direct a little while back, and transparently, that was mainly down to the stunning watercolor art style of the game possessed, and also a curiosity around the gameplay mechanics that would accompany them. Is it worth an add to your library, however? That is what I'm here to find out. My name's Alex, so this is SwitchCorner, and if you do enjoy the video today, consider subscribing here for daily content. So we're starting with the story of Dordogne. It takes us on a journey through two distinct periods in time: our childhood summification at our grandmother's house, and also our young adult years after her passing. The game seamlessly transitions between these periods, with events in one triggering memories in the other. Now as Mimi, we do embark on this nostalgic exploration of our past, reliving cherished moments and uncovering new ones in the present. The game's beautiful setting serves as a stunning backdrop for themes of innocent youth, thrilling adventures, emotional struggles, and complex family dynamics. Dordogne skillfully presents these elements, offering poignant and touching scenes along the way. While the ending did leave me yearning for a little bit more, I thoroughly enjoyed this heartfelt adventure. It is worth noting as well that some scenes may spark discussions amongst younger players, but I do believe these conversations would be enriching and positive. Now as a minor note, I noticed a few spelling mistakes with the subtitles, but nothing that would cause confusion or impact the experience. Gameplay then can be best described as an immersive point-and-click adventure, and as Mimi, we have the freedom to explore our surroundings and interact with various objects and items. The game seamlessly transitions between third-person movement and then a first-person perspective. That is especially true during moments that require object manipulation, like searching for a house key in a mailbox that opens the game or preparing a picnic. There are also some tranquil kayak sequences that I found particularly soothing, as well as occasional but straightforward puzzles to solve. While the controls generally as well work well, I did wish there was an optional sprint button for Mimi, as her walking speed it did feel a bit slow at times. Additionally, while most of the first person moments are enjoyable, a few had a slightly awkward controls. For instance, there's a sequence where you must catch fireflies using both arms attached to a different stick, and the control scheme here just didn't feel intuitive. That's really all there is to the controls, however, but the game puts enough unique situations in front of you that it doesn't get old. Alongside these core mechanics as well, we also get a few additional devices with progression. It's a camera and audio recorder that goes underutilized, as well as a scrapbook. The scrapbook comes early in the game. It belonged to your grandmother and your grandfather, who has already passed at this point, and she decides to now pass it on to you. It's a simple system, but it basically caps each chapter of the game, and I really did enjoy this. You choose a picture, an audio sample, a sticker, and then you create a 3-line poem or piece of text just to describe what occurred during that sequence. It's unique, but the idea of putting words to paper allows you to connect with the character just a little bit more. These all act as collectibles in the game as well. Stickers are found while you do explore. The text is generated by large words that populate the world, and you can interact with these. And then naturally the photos, the audio recording, that's on you to kind of invest in as much or as little as you do want. So for some, I'm going to say here, the world itself though may be a little too restricting. It's a selection of small contained locations. Many you actually only visit once, but the game, it's been designed to move at a brisk pace so the story can continue to evolve. I know this because there were a few instances where I wanted to look around more, but my character would stop and advise me that I am going in the wrong direction. To me though, that is minor. I always looked forward to what came next, and it truly surprised me with a few of the locations towards the back half of the game. The only other criticism that comes to mind is replayability. It's a game I will absolutely revisit because I can see I could have had different responses in certain sequences. I'd love to see how these now play out, but I wish the game gave you more reason at the end. It just kind of cuts to the main menu for you to begin all over again. Here they should have displayed how many collectibles did I miss, maybe how many sequences remain, and so on from there. When you pick up a sticker, for example, it tells you how many you have on the left of the screen, so why not leverage this system to tempt us back into the world? All in as well, they estimated roughly 5 hours of gameplay to get through the story, but I actually did it myself in 3, and I in no way rushed. Visually, it's stunning. Most of these environments, they're based on real landscapes. It makes me want to visit in real life. Additionally, I know I said it's a small world with a handful of locations, but they actually created near 200 hand-painted watercolors. That is impressive and explains the frequent camera angle changes. I also really love the use of color in the game. They frequently have variety in the weather, which is represented here perfectly, or sequences of dialogue. They often transition to a black and white style with a minimal amount of color around Mimi. It just puts extra emphasis onto that scene. It's the moments as well when you pull out the camera that you can truly appreciate the artwork with this one, and every moment packs a ton of detail, and quite honestly, you could frame some of these photos. In first person sequences as well, this is mostly the same there, but I did notice a lack of detail at moments in objects at this point, those that are not interactable. I didn't mention this in gameplay either, but frame rate wise, this is pretty much stable throughout, though I did notice some very minor fluctuations towards the end of the game. I also will note some scenes are designed for you to explore, but it can be a little difficult occasionally to read the depth of the world and the character placement in relation to maybe an item you want to investigate. Another minor issue, but I did want to mention it. And then the visuals, it's all topped off with easy to navigate menus, and I love the fact it's a diary in our childhood and a phone in the present. Yeah, it's just really well done and overall really nice work. The audio finally is impressive as well. I really love the music. It's often playful but understands when it needs to add tension or emotion, reflecting Mimi's state, and the environmental sounds that bring this world to life, that is particularly impressive. It often blends with the music. It's particularly important in scenes as well, such as a market where most characters are standing still, but this elevates it into that bustling environment that you do expect. That's what it's been designed to represent. Finally, it's not all voice acted, and I wish it was, because the dialogue we do get is incredibly well acted, hitting all of the emotional beats of the story. Overall, it is impressive. I'm a fan of point and clicks, but this one uses the gameplay elements to focus on delivering an impactful narrative. It will appear extremely simple to many, but that's clearly by design. And overall, I actually think they've delivered a really impressive experience. I felt a connection to these characters, I cared about them, I wanted to learn more, and by the end game, even if the payoff could have maybe had a little bit more, I didn't want them to leave. It's all topped off then with stunning visuals and audio work. Today, it's a great 8 out of 10 from me. It has some minor issues, but it was a fantastic 3 hours that I won't be forgetting anytime soon. So will you be checking this one out then? Let me know in the comments. With that, hit subscribe, join us here for reviews, deals, and news and lists daily, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.